right, everyone, this is Tim of the Online Big Blue. We'll bring you the best in New York Giants sports talk and entertainment. So much to talk about on Wednesday. Wednesday, always a busy day. The injuries are mounting. We are coming closer to the November 2nd trade deadline. We already have the Fire Joe Judge and Dave Gettleman watch going on. And a little bit of good news for the Giants, I guess, that Christian McCaffrey and Moore are not going to be able to play this Sunday. So that's a little bit of good news for the Giants on the injury front. At least it's not injuries for us. Where to start? Do we start on the injuries? Do we start on, I don't know where to start right now. Andrew Thomas, of course, has gone on the injured reserve. He needs to miss a minimum of 3 games. It's not, it's not a good thing. It's not good. And we got to just say that. You still haven't, he's going on with the injuries or with the hurt ankle. You still haven't heard anything about Kadarius Toney, if he's going to play on Sunday, if he's not going to play on Sunday. I hate when people call when we're doing in the middle of a show. You still haven't gotten that information yet either, so that you kind of lead you to believe maybe the injury is a little bit more than what they're saying. Giants are going to have to go with either Nate Solder and Matt from Connecticut at the left tackle and the right tackle, respectively. Neither of them played well against the Rams. It's one of those games that you just like, maybe you just want to kind of sit. Maybe you just kind of want to sit Daniel Jones for a game, especially if you think he is the franchise quarterback. Nate and Matt have allowed 15 pressures, including 3 sacks in the past 2 games. It's not going to look good. The Panthers are tied with 6 in the NFL with 16 sacks. It could get ugly, and it could get ugly quick. I do think this is a game that the Giants can win. Will they win? I don't know. This is a game on paper they can't win, but a lot of things on paper with this team, you just kind of need to rip up the paper and start from scratch again. And some interesting online Big Blue news. We are closing in on
$1 million.
Well, not $1 million, Dr. Evil. We're closing on 1 million views in under 2 years. A little over 2 years. So we're going to do a big 1 million views show coming up when we get a little closer to that number. I think we're like 20,000 or 30,000 away. I don't remember the exact total. I don't really follow that stuff. But I want to talk about the Giants, and I want to talk about salary cap, and I want to talk about who should get traded or who should potentially be traded going into the deadline, November 2nd deadline. Under Gettleman, the Giants, we've seen this before. They're 16-38 under 4 full seasons. That's a 2.96 winning percentage. It's not looking good in regards to salary cap for 2021. We have talked about this ad nauseum. Currently, the Giants have $3.8 million in available cap space. Over $2 million of that was when we just restructured James Bradbury contract and moved more money into 2022. I love it when all of a sudden now people are capologists. I've been saying this forever. The Giants right now have 43 players under contract, and they have $2.7 million in available cap space, and that's in 2022. They have 43 players. You need 53 to field a roster. So, and now don't forget, we also have to come in with the rookie pool. And that's a projected cap space of 2.8. It could be higher. It could be lower. We don't know. That's not a lot of room to fix your roster, and you got a lot of big contracts that you're not going to be able to move because you're going to incur some dead cap space moving those numbers. So that is not numbers that you will be able to renegotiate like we always seem to do and push those numbers out further and further. So we are going to have to try to move on from some players. I think the immediate option people see, and they say it's the no-brainer, and I actually don't see it as a no-brainer, is Evan Ingram. We probably should have moved on from him after his Pro Bowl season. And we kind of missed it. We could have, would that have been maximizing the value for Ingram? Sure. Look what the Eagles got back a rookie corner and a 5th round pick from Arizona for Zach Ertz. Giants aren't going to get anywhere near that. Giants will be lucky if they get a 6th round, 7th round draft choice and a bag of Lay's potato chips for Evan Ingram right now. Honestly, I think the best thing for the Giants to do, and you can agree with me or disagree with me, is to hold on to Evan Ingram. Because you will probably get more in a compensatory pick if you build him up over the last 10, 11 weeks of the season. you're gonna get more from him if that happens. And honestly, and if someone's definitely going to sign him in the offseason, I mean, what's the worst? You're going to get a 6th or 7th round draft choice, which is probably what you would get from him now. And with the injuries that are skilled positions, do you really want to give away one of the guys who could potentially, fit the bill in reference to helping us on the field and helping Daniel Jones? No, I would say not. The other player you probably want to look at is going to be people like Bradbury and Peppers. I don't think you're getting rid of Bradbury. You can't dump the Adoree Jackson contract. No one's going to take that contract. No one's going to take the Adoree Jackson contract. James Bradbury probably has more value to a contender. The only problem is he's got a $2.1 million cap hit next season. If the Giants can get under that, get away from his contract, we're going to get out of paying about $12 million of that. So you're still going to be $9 million in dead cap space. I think a team, he's got values. He's having an off season, but he still has value, especially towards a contender. And you are going to save $12 million in cap space. So that's an option. The only difficult things you're going to need to figure out is if you get rid of him, who's going to play corner. So that it's kind of, you're going to cut off your nose to spite your face. I think Peppers is going to be probably one of the one guys to go. He's a very popular player. He's a local guy. I think he brings a lot of passion, aggressiveness, and energy. He's an excellent run defender. He can return punts. He's coming into his free agent year. Is he going to be worth the big money contract that what he's going to be looking for? Probably not. He's not really a coverage safety. He can't really roam the deep parts of the field. He doesn't really cover well. You have Xavier McKinney. Is he a big money difference maker? To me, it's Landon Collins all over again. Just let him go. You're going to get something. Giants made a huge mistake by not trading Collins. Let's not make the same mistake with Peppers. I think he can definitely go. Other people will be looking at, getting rid of Darius Slayton. I don't think you're going to get rid of Darius Slayton right now. He's going into year 3. He's going into year 4. You can't count on, people say, well, we can count on the likes of John Ross. You can't count on John Ross. John Ross is a fingernail break away from going on the IR. So is there a worthwhile return for him? Yeah, you probably get something from him again from a contender. But he's also lost 3 games because of a hamstring issue. So I don't think you can move on from him. Sterling Shepard, I think would be a better option to trade. I'm not a big fan of the trade, but he could go to a team like the Chargers or the Ravens or the Packers. He could be, if a team is definitely going to the playoffs and they know they're going to the playoffs, he is a guy that can make a difference as a 2nd or 3rd wide receiver. On the Giants, he's the number 1 option, but that's not the best option. He's not the best option for this team as a number 1 option, and that's not a slight against him. But like I said, a lot of our Giant talent is overvalued. So a lot of talent that we have as a 1st and 2nd option on this team, maybe a 3rd or 4th option on actually a good team. So you would hate to see him go, but I could understand if they moved on from him. But like I said, you're not going to move on from both Darius Slayton and Sterling Shepard. You'll also have the fans that are going to be clamoring to get rid of Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley with the ankle, he's not healthy. Is he a star running back? We don't know. Can we build around Barkley? We don't know. Because the fact that he can't, I don't think he's injury prone. I just think he's got some bad luck the last 2 seasons. So, you're not going to, and like I said, he's probably going to be looking for the mega deal in his 2nd contract, but he's not valued at that right now. And honestly, like I said, you go into year 5, he's still in the top 10 paid running backs. And then you could even tag him after that. So you have control over him for the next 2 seasons. So I probably would not get rid of Barkley, but I would not give him a long-term contract. You can't get rid of Kenny G. You can't get rid of Adoree Jackson. Neither of them are tradable at this point. Kenny's in his first year of a 4-year, $72 million contract, 40 guaranteed. If he continues to miss games, it's just going to look like another bad signing. Adoree Jackson's in a 3-year, $39 million contract, and he just looks like he's a major mistake. He just looks like he is not a fit for this team. But there's no way you can get rid of him after 6 games with that contract. There's no way. There's no way in hell. That's why other organizations laughed at us around the league that we're the only team willing to give Adoree Jackson a raise coming off a major injury. Is it an injury factor for Adoree Jackson? I don't know, maybe. I mean, but he wasn't really like lighting up the league all the last couple of years either. He played well in spurts and at times. We're a bad team. Right now we're a bad organization. We overvalue our talent. I've been saying that forever. I've been screaming about the cap forever. But we're just one of those guys. We're just one of those teams. We don't value the talent we have. We let it walk. You know, you could also maybe move. You maybe could move Lorenzo Carter. I don't think he's a piece of the future for the Giants. In 41 games, he has 9.5 sacks, and had only one. I don't think. What does he have? What has he got? 1 interception? I think he's got 1 interception. I think he does. I mean, would someone kind of try to put him together and try to make a Leonard Floyd type transition for him when Leonard Floyd got away from where did he get away from? Did he get away from the Rams? I forgot where he went. No, he went to the Rams. He got away from the Bears and went to the Rams, and then he went. Yeah, I mean, could they do something like that with Lorenzo Carter? Yeah, maybe get a 7th round draft choice. I mean, it's not about getting under the salary cap this year. Right now, it's going to be all about next year in the cap space. So we kind of need to focus on that. We have a video coming up. We had it coming up today, but I'm gonna probably move it back to tomorrow. It's the Malik Willis video and why the Giants should draft him. I don't think they will, but I do think they should. We probably have a Nick video coming up as well tonight after the game. Was going to do a Nick preview video, but I got too many things going on at the house. And then we'll do a better breakdown of the Giants and the Panthers game coming up very soon. Also, I will be on a couple different podcasts coming up in the next week. I'll be guest appearancing on a couple of Giant podcasts. I'll let you know and post that information when it's readily available, when the podcasts are up and ready. And again, this is Tim with the Online Big Blue, bringing you the best in New York Giants sports talk and entertainment. And as always, if you could like, you can subscribe, ring that bell, that means that'd be awesome.